this and be mine.
What's up, my sexy devils? Welcome back to Lich's Mastery. Today we got two different Devi decks to show. I'm going to start off by sharing my first, this is mono purple Devimon. We got 4 Demi-Devis. This makes up the whole deck because once it dies, it's inherited is when it dies and you have 7 Devi names in the grave, you can revive Papadan from the trash. So basically what you want to do is turbo out as many Devis as you can into your graveyard so you can delete this and revive Dan Devi, which is, he's your boss monster for the deck, but I'll go over him when we get to him. You just, it's the same thing except this time instead of discarding cards, we're going to be milling cards. So to do that, we got 4 of the promo Demi-Devi. It got really cheap recently because I got a reprint, but on play, mill 2 cards. Pretty much, yeah. And if you ever pick up this deck in real life, you might want to pick up the Beal Structure deck because it has some good staples for this archetype. And then I play 4 of this Demi-Devi. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You can trash a purple Digimon and then add a Tamer to your hand, which is very important because you do want to get your Memory Tamer as quickly as possible. For level 4s, we got Devimon. This is the blocker one. Yeah, when he attacks, you lose 2 memory, but that's not as important as being able to defend yourself. I found having this one in the deck is really good, especially because its Digivolve cost is 1, so if they're choking you, you're able to choke them back really easily with this guy. We got the new Devimon. This is the bread and butter of the deck. So at first, you might think that this is a bad card, but it's on the contrary. It's has an on-play and when attacking, trash the top 3 cards of your deck. He gains 1,000 for every 3 cards in your trash. With the amount of cards you're throwing in your trash, he's going to get really big very quickly. And on deletion, he can discard a random card in your opponent's hand. So he's going to be something that, especially in the next build that I show you of him, he's going to be really important to get this deck moving. And then, of course, 4 of your boss monster, Dan Devimon. Yeah. When a card is trashed from your security stack on your turn, you can trash one of your opponents. So it's a deterrent from them hitting you because you'll hit them harder next turn. And when he dies, they discard 2 cards. For Memory Tamers, we got 2 A and Mako. Ignore the Beelzemon effect. Literally, it's just a Memory Tamer to set you to 3 on your turn, and when you attack, you can tap it to mill a card. And then we do play the 1 of Matt. And I'll show you a nice little combo here in a second with the 1 of Matt. He's just really good for getting your options and any card you might need in your deck at the time when he hits the field. Plus, he's a Memory Tamer too. We got 4 Death Slingers. So most of these options do something when you mill them. So this one, when it's milled, you gain a memory. And for 4, you can delete a level 4 or lower, but for every 10 cards in your trash, you can increase that level that you can delete by 1. So example, if you have 10 cards in your trash, delete level 5, 20, level 6, 30, level 7. We got Playset of Death Cannon. When it's milled, it goes to your hand, and it's just a generic pay 8, kill something. Rival's Barrage. When it's milled, it'll go into your battle area. If you activate it from hand, you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest level, and then put it in the battle area. And then if it's hit out of security, you just delete the highest level Digimon they have, and then when you crack it for its effect on the field, you add a purple Digimon or Tamer back to your hand. So there is a combo here with this where you can play Matt to add Rival's Barrage back to your hand and then play it again. Rival's Barrage also helps you if you do mill one of your Tamers. It's not you'll still be able to grab them later by cracking this to grab Ayamoko or Matt if they're in your graveyard, pretty much. So we're going to be playing 4 Darkness Wave. You do not play yellow Digimon, but that doesn't matter. It's just a 1-drop mill 3 in this case, because its other effect is if you control yellow, you can add a purple or yellow from your trash to your hand, but for now it's just a 1-drop mill 3 cards. We got the 1 Call of Darkness to add 2 Digimon back to your hand, plus it deletes something if you need a deletion trigger. We got 4 Darkwing Delusion. So it does similar to Darkness Wave where it mills 3 cards, but also it gives one of your Digimon security attack +1, which usually you're going to be targeting the Devimon that mills 3. Targeting him, not only are you going to mill 3 cards from the option itself, but you're going to mill 3 cards when he attacks, so that's a 2,000 boost there. And plus all the other cards you already have in trash, he's going to get really big, and you can stack these Darkwing Delusions on each other to give him multiple checks to really hit hard and get through everything. And then for the last 2 options, I play 2 Jackraid. It's just every 10 cards in your trash, gain a memory. If it's hit out of security, gain 2 memory. It's just, it could be swapped out for something else, but sometimes that 1 memory or 2 memory could always make the difference. And then for eggs, you're going to be playing 3 Pagumon. It's the one that when you attack, you mill a card. And then I do play 2 Demi-Meramons. Now, the only reason I'm playing these 2 is because I don't really have a good way of getting, in this build anyway, of getting Dan Devimon out of my hand if he's in there. Because if you've noticed, we're not playing any level 5s in this build. So this egg is just pretty much to be able to pitch this Dan Devi out of your hand if needed. And looting is always good in this game anyway. So that's the first version of this deck. Next, we're going to be moving on to Chaos, which I actually have been having a lot of fun with. Alright, peer into the abyss will peer back. We got Chaos Devi now. So a lot of this deck is the same, other than splashing in some yellow cards to speed up some things, and I also added a level 5. So I played a couple builds with this, and I had to trim some things. So I'm gonna, after I go through like what this build currently is, I'm gonna like say some things you can change around to kind of like, this deck is still kind of in testing, but it works and it's kind of fun. So we got 4 Demi-Devi, the same one that brings back Dad. We got this Demi-Devi that mills 2 on play. And that's all you play for the level 3s, because I'll explain why in a second. But for level 4s, we actually play 4 of the purple-yellow Gatomon. It has an on-play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You can add a yellow Digimon and a purple Digimon to your hand, put the other card on the bottom. So mostly it's just, for the Digimon part, it's just going to add itself or any of your purple Digimon cards. And its other effect is what makes it really good. So you can Digivolve, and on top of this, if it's an angel or a fallen angel, you'll reduce it by 2, so it will turn your level 5s into a level 1, or just a 1 Digivolve cost, which is actually really good. I play 4 of the Mill Devi, which is great. We actually have a new one here. I play 2 of this Devimon that has Rush and Retail if you control a yellow Digimon or Tamer. So if you have one of your yellow Tamers in play that I added to the deck, or you have a Gato in play, you can just drop him down for 5 and rush him out. And he's just a good retailer too if they have blockers. I play 1 of the blocker. He's a revival target if you need him, and he's still just that 1 drop. So Lady Devi, the old one, that you draw 2, pitch 2, really kind of helps with that idea where if you have dead cards in your hand, you can throw them in the graveyard to use them for their graveyard purposes. I want to, when I'm editing, I'm going to edit this deck again probably, and I'm going to be playing more of her. I was playing 2 of her at one point, and then I'm also going to show, I was playing, you can also run Neo Devi if your tournament setting is high on Tamers. I was testing out with Neo Devi, and he's not as good at the moment, at least at my locals, so I kind of cut him from the final build. But if you want to play this Neo Devi that says when they play a Tamer, you gain 3 memory, it's inherited. If they tap a Tamer, you gain a memory. It's still really good, but at the end of the day, you don't really need him. I think Lady Devi is cool for right now to get that extra draw and pitch. And both Lady Devi and Neo Devi are fallen angels, so they can go on top of Gato for 1. And then you play 4 of Dad again. Just, you really want to turbo him into the graveyard just so you can get him out later with the revival effect of your rookie. We play the 4 Darkwing, where you mill 3 and give something an extra check. And now your Darkness Wave is actually active, because if you have a Gato in play, you can add any of your purple or yellow Digimon from your trash to your hand once you control a yellow Digimon. You still play the 1 Call. I trimmed Rival's Barrage down to 2. You don't need to max out on it in this. You need more room for Hell Scythe, which Hell Scythe is it has become one of my favorite cards in this game. Not only for the art, but also with the effect. You neg 6,000 something, and then you can revive a Digimon in your trash with 6,000 or less DP, which is all your level 4s and lowers. Which this Devimon, the Mill 3 Devimon, is perfect target for this, because not only is he 6,000, so he's a revival target, you get to kill something, bring him back, and then he will get to mill 3 cards because he has an on play to mill 3, and when attacking. You can also bring back your rookies, the one that mills 2, or your one when it dies with its inherited effect to bring back Dad. You can bring back a rusher. It's a great card now. The only downside is it is yellow to play, so you do have to control your Tamer or a Gato to activate it from hand, but you can always activate it from security if they smack it. But that's why we added yellow sources. The Chaos version kind of relies around Hell Scythe. We still max out on the Death Slinger. It's just one of your main kill spells in general, plus it gains in memory when you mill it. I play 2 Death Cannon now, trimmed it down to 2. Mill it, add it to your hand, pay 8, delete a level 6 or lower. If you have 10 cards in your trash, by the way, I forgot to mention, you can delete a level 7, so it can kill higher levels if needed. You still play the 1 Matt. Matt can grab any of your options, and can also grab a Digimon that you need, plus he's one of your memory tamers. You don't want to play too many of them, because you don't really want to move stuff around your trash. It's more for just grabbing your options. I like to grab Hell Scythe with him mostly. I played 2 Kari. I was playing 4. I trimmed it down. She's mostly just there to be your yellow source, but she also, since you're expecting them to hit your security a lot, especially with Dan Devi, where you want to trash their security for hitting yours. You're probably going to have 3 or less security pretty quick, and she just kind of gains you a memory on the start of your turn if you have 3 or less security. And then the last 2 memory tamers, we're still playing 2 Al and Malco, whatever, just to mill a card when you swing, plus it's another memory tamer. And the eggs are the same, 3 Pagus, 2 Demi-Marymons. Demi is just really to dump Dad into the trash if he's in your hand. But you can actually, in this build, Digivolve up into him because you are playing level 5. Yeah, this ratio, the level 5 ratio kind of needs to be messed with some more, but it's just kind of here to give you an idea. Because most of the time you don't really need them. You just rely on your level 4s a lot with this build and revive your level 6. But it is kind of cool to Digivolve for 1 into your Fallen Angels with the Gato. Alright, well, this is going to be kind of quick. So this isn't originally part of the Devi deck profile, but I just kind of wanted to show a little experiment I kind of gave up on. I had an undead deck before, and new support has come out for Dark Animal anyway, but they haven't really been supporting undead anymore. But I really liked the undead theme that they had going for a second, and I'm hoping that they get more support in the future. But this is just a kind of little quick idea of what I had for undead, if you wanted to try to keep messing with it. The rookies, I do play a playset of the blocker just in case. It is a Dark Animal, so it synergizes with some of the undead / Dark Animal stuff. We got the best Drakemon that is even used right now for Dark Animal on play, reveal 3, add an undead or Dark Animal, and trash a Dark Animal or undead, and then put the other card on bottom. It's inherited, lets you Digivolve from the trash on top of it when you attack, which is kind of the theme of the undead thing that they had going on here. I play 4 of the other Drakemon that lets you add either an option from your trash that's exactly 1 or 7 play cost. So it really helps with... I have a couple options in here that I'll show you that you can just freely add. The two hybrids, purple hybrids, that's all you have to know about that. The level 4 has the same effect as Drakemon as it's inherited, where you can evolve from trash when attacking. The black Gato's in here because you can easily revive it, and it just because it has Rush and it has an inherited of a Retail. 2 of the newer Fangmon, I should say. A new set, by the time this video comes out, the new EX set just came out, so there's even more undead support, or not undead, but Dark Animal support. But this card is really good in, but On play, when attacking, return 1 purple Digimon card with Dark Animal from your trash to your hand, then trash a card. It's not as good because, at least for the undead engine, because it doesn't let you grab an undead, and unfortunately it's just, this card's not as good in this version of the build, but it is a good card for what it's intended for. I play 2 Skull Gray. When you discard it, you can tuck it, and then the tucked creature gains retaliation. 4 of this is the best card ever, almost, for undead. When attacking, you discard a card to make it pump by 3,000. But and it also has, if you Digivolve on trash on top of it, reduced by 1. And it's just really good when you have the either Drakemon or the Pupper underneath it to let you pump it, as well as discarding and going into your level 6 from trash that will come out with the pump, and you might even be able to discard what you want to put on top of it, so it helps you get cards out of your hand. I play 1 Venom Myotismon. He is a dark animal, so he does synergize with the dark animal stuff that is exclusive to that other than undead. And he's just an easy security attack +1, as well as when an opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, gain a memory. I like going. He's only a 1-of because he's not needed too much, but he is cool to go into on top of this, making a 1500 with 2 checks. The Skull Mammoth came out of the structure deck, the purple structure deck that came out recently. It is undead. When Digivolving, draw a card, and then discard a card. And then he triggers his own effect. When you discard a card once per turn, all turns, play a purple level 4 from your trash without playing its cost. Grand Drake is the main Digimon, so you play 2 of it. It was just when Digivolving, you can play a rookie from your trash, and then on the end of an attack, you can Digivolve one of your Digimon into an undead or dark animal from your trash. And then for options, you can actually add Call of Darkness, because it is exact 1-drop with the Grand Drake up here. And then the other option you can add with Grand Drake is the playset of Fly Bullet that I was playing as my removal spell. Since I discarded cards a lot, and this also has a revival effect, Underworld's Call. When you discard it, you draw a card. If you activate it, you revive a level 4 or lower. Pummel Whack, kill a level 4 or lower, and if you discard it, you draw a card. I was playing 3 of those. 2 of the Memory Tamer mat that adds a card from your grave back to your hand that you've seen a lot on this channel, and then 2 of the newer one, when you discard a card, tap it to gain a memory, but they're both Memory Tamers. And then 2 of the Edgy, or however you say his name, he has Mind Link, which I'll probably go in more right now since it's later, but basically he helps you gain memory, and he can give your Digimon blocker and Retal, or is it it's not Retal, it's Alliance, so I'll go more into that if I decide to use him more often. And then I also played a playset of the Demi-Meramon. When it dies, draw a discard. I liked Undead a lot, and I'm sad that they don't have a lot more support, but I'm hoping in the future they will.